Hi everybody, welcome to Live Blogger. In this tutorial series, we are building this notes taking application using HTML, CSS and JavaScript. Now in the previous video, we added the functionality of displaying the notes over here from the local storage. Now in this video, we will add the functionality of deleting these notes from the local storage. So let's get started. Right here, I'm in my source code and let's go to the main.js file. Now here we already have initialized the elements. So we have the delete note button over here, and we also have added these event listeners. Now the first thing we need to do when we want to delete a note is that we need to load the note over here. So when we click on this note, we can see that it is loaded over here on the right side, and then we'll be able to delete the note. So let's go ahead and create a function for that. So I think we have already referenced that over here. So here we can see when we click on the div, which is the note item div, we are adding this event listener of running this method called load note. So we have already created the load note method over here. So let's add the code. The first thing we need to do is we need to set the current note. So here we can see we have this current note, and right now it is set to null by default. So we need to tap this dot current note, and we need to set it to the note that we get in this function. And then we need to set the title input, which is this one right here, to the title of the note. So for the title input, we have this title input over here. So let's type this dot title input equals note dot title, and we need to access the value of the title input. So let's type title input dot value, and then we need to type the note content. So here we have the note content. So we need to display the content of the note inside this note content. So let's type this dot note content dot value equals note dot content. And now if we go back to our website, if I click on this first note over here, we can see that they are displayed over here. And if I click on the second note, they are displayed over here. So it is working all right. Now while we are here, let's also add the functionality of switching these tabs. So when we click on this preview tab, it should display it in this way right here. So if we have hash over here, then it should be displayed as a heading. So for that, we will use a library called marked.js. So you can just search for marked.js CDN.js, and you'll find this link of CDN.js. So let's open this and let's copy this link from here. So let's click on copy script tag. Let's go back to our source code. Let's go to the HTML file, and let's paste it over here right before the main.js script tag. And now we can use this marked library. So let's save this. Let's go back to the main.js file. Now when we load the note, we'll also update the preview. So let's create a function called update preview. So let's create that function over here. So I'll just type update preview. And here, first of all, we need to get all the data of the note content. So the note content is basically this area right here. So this is the note content. So let's type const markdown equals this dot note content dot value, and then we need to add it to the preview content. So here we already have referenced the preview content. So let's type this dot preview content dot inner HTML equals, and here we will use the marked library. So let's type marked dot parse, and let's type markdown, which is the actual content of our note content. Right now, if you go back to a style.css file, and if I just comment this display none from here, here we can see that the content is displayed over here. So I'll just go to the local storage, and let's just change this to a heading, and let's see whether the heading is being displayed. So here for the content, I'll just type hash, and let's press enter. Let's reload the page, and now we can see that it is displayed as the title. So the preview is working all right. Now we need to just display the preview when we click on this preview tab. So let's uncomment this, and let's create a function called switch tab. So I think we have already added that over here. So we have switch tab over here. So let's write the code for the function. First of all, let's create a const called tab, and we need to set the tab to the tab value that we have over here inside our HTML. So here in the HTML, here we have the tab button, but we also have this data attribute called tab. So data tab. So we need to access this data tab. We need to check whether it is edit or preview. So let's type tab equals, and we are getting the data with this e argument over here. So let's type e dot target dot dataset dot tab. So we have this dataset called tab. And the first thing we need to do is we need to remove the active class from everything. So let's type this dot tab buttons dot for each. Let's call each of them btn. And here let's go ahead and type btn dot class list dot remove active. And then we need to add the active class to the current tab. So let's type e dot target dot class list dot add active. Now if you go back and if I click on this, we can see that the active class is changing. Right now we need to check whether it is preview or edit. So let's type if tab equals preview. Then we need to type this dot not content dot style dot display, and we need to set it to none. So not content, which is this content over here, should be hidden, and we need to display the preview. So let's type this dot preview content dot style dot display equals block. And the same way, let's also add an else, and let's go ahead and copy these two lines of code. Let's paste it over here, and here let's type block, and here let's type none. Right now let's go back and let's click on the preview button, and nothing is being displayed. So let's go back to our code. Let's see what's the problem. So here we have misspelled display. So let's type display over here. Let's do that right here as well. Right now let's go back and let's open one of these nodes. Let's click on preview, and the preview is being displayed. So everything is working all right. Now let's go ahead and add the functionality to delete these nodes. And for that we have this method we have already created called delete node. So let's write the code for that. And here the first thing we will do is we'll check whether there is a current node. So let's type if exclamation this dot current node, which means if there is no current node selected, then we'll just simply return from the function. We'll not do anything. Or else we'll just go ahead and display a confirmation dialog. So let's type confirm. Are you sure you want to delete this node? And here, if they are sure, then this code will be executed. So let's type this dot nodes equals. This dot nodes is basically the list of all the nodes. So let's type equals this dot nodes dot filter. And here let's access this with the name node. And here we need to check whether the node ID is not equal to this current node ID. So if there is a node with an ID which is equal to the current node ID, then that node will be deleted and we'll have the results stored over here. Now we can simply go ahead and save this to the local storage. So let's create a function for that as well. So let's create a function called save to local storage. And here I'll just type local storage dot set item nodes, and let's just set the item to json dot stringify, and we'll just pass this dot nodes, and let's just call the function right here. So let's type save to local storage, and let's also call the function called display nodes list. And let's go back to our website and let's click on one of these nodes. Let's click on the delete button, and we have this confirmation. And if I click on cancel, then the node will not be deleted. Let's click on it once again, and let's click on delete, and let's click on OK. And now we can see that the node was deleted and everything is working all right. Now the only thing we need to fix is that after the node is deleted, the data is still displayed over here in our editor. So we need to hide that as well. And for that, we'll just create a function called create new node, which will run when we click on this new node button as well. So let's create the function right here. I'll just call it create new node, and in this function we'll just set the current node to null, and we'll just set the title input dot value to blank. We'll just set that this dot node content dot value to blank as well, and we'll also update the preview. So after deleting the node, we'll just go ahead and call this function create new node. So let's type this dot create new node, Right, now let's go back, and even if I click on this new node button, we should have that function called. So let's go back over here, and for the new node button we already have this event listener added with this function. So I think we have already created it. So we have created it right here. So I'll just delete it. Create new node. We have already created the function right here. So now if we click on this new node button, we can see that the function is running. Right, now let's delete this. So let's click on the delete button. Let's click on OK. And now we can see that the delete function is working, and we also don't have the data displayed over here anymore. So with that, we have added the functionality of deleting the node from our application. So that's basically it for this video. If you have any doubts, you can ask in the comments below. And if you like this video, please click on the like button and subscribe to this channel to get the latest video updates. Thanks a lot for watching. Have a nice day.